Hi everybody, in this video about communication we want to share you some examples of communication, what it is.
How to communicate, how we communicate, how on many different levels
The levels.
that many are still not quite conscious of.
Yes.
But we want to offer some examples of how we can communicate. It's not just this that you're hearing right now. Well, there's another form of communication. Because, well, wait a minute, what are they doing right now?
Watching.
Listening?
Listening.
Feeling?
Yes.
Can you feel it? Can you feel us? Most people are not consciously aware that it is possible to feel what somebody's saying. We'll give a beautiful example of that. And a lot more of us around the world right now are really starting to step into this form of communication. For instance, when someone tells a little white lie, or they're not totally in truth,
you can feel it.
You can feel it. And watch what happens when you do that. Just have a little bit of an experiment with somebody you know. Tell them a porky, a white lie or a lie, and just let them feel your energy. And somehow or other they're going to start to feel uncomfortable. The trust is going to disappear. And they're going to want to back away from you. Whether they know what's going on or not, it's not really important, but they're going to feel that way. Because the vibration is not coming over in love. It's a distorted energy. It's making them feel uncomfortable because it is an untruth. That's one form of communication and feeling, and people are getting to know this much and much clearer and stronger. So if you see this happening and you have told a white lie or a lie and the people have backed away from you or moved away from you or disconnected with you, then you'll understand now why. It doesn't work anymore, and it certainly is going to work a lot less in the very near future as we move ahead in our ascension process. But then we have another one. Look at Ian and Mario. We're very expressive.
Yes.
We're often smiling at each other.
Yes.
So what are we using? What can you deduce from what we are doing with our bodies? Are we happy? I think we are.
Our body language.
Our body language, exactly.
Yes.
For instance, if you were to watch somebody who's verbalizing a lot of different things, yet their body is giving a different story. So you can pick up on that too. If they're giving different signals from the body, you can pick up from that too, whether they're totally in truth, whether they're totally comfortable with what they're telling you, whether they believe it themselves or not. You'll be able to see it through their body language, through their eyes. If they'll look right into your eyes and to be able to share with you and tell you whatever's going on, then generally you'll find that they are absolutely in truth and trust and are comfortable with what they're telling you. So you see, here is another aspect
of communication,
our body language. And we use our eyes, of course, to be able to see that. And of course we were just talking about feeling, but then we have our ears as well.
Yes. And there's something very important about communication. You talk and you listen.
Oh yeah. Well, we talked a little bit in the beginning of the film about that. You know, the ancients and certainly the Native American Indians knew how to work with this and to create, if you will, a form of respect, demanding respect. They loved to use
the talking stick.
The talking stick, yeah. And this is a sacred instrument to the Native Americans, because if somebody's holding the talking stick, oh boy, you do not interrupt the person that's holding the talking stick. That is one of the highest forms of disrespect, if you were to do that. This person holds a talking stick, shares what they have to share, and every single ear is absolutely, totally focused on what that person is telling. They're not letting the mind drift off. They're not thinking of things to say or what they could add to it or whatever. They are totally focusing on the person that's holding the talking stick. So hearing and listening, speaking and listening, is such an important part of this as well, but it is also about focusing. Because remember, we shared just a little while ago, if you're in ego consciousness and you're thinking of answers or things that you want to say about something that they're saying at that moment, you probably will have missed a very, very valuable part of the communication conversation. And basically, you've lost out. You have lost out if you do that. So being aware of this part of communication as well is also extremely important. We left anything out?
No, it's complete.
We've talked about feeling, we've talked about talking, hearing. Oh yeah, no, we have forgot one little piece. Have you noticed how our voices kind of dip and rise, and we use our energy, our voice, if you will, letting you feel how we feel, how we experience it. There, I just did it again. There's a feeling of excitement, there's a feeling of knowing, there's a feeling of trust there. In using our voice as an instrument, what we're also doing is we're using sound vibrations. And because there's no intention at all from us to tell you lies, to pull the wool over your eyes is another expression. There's no intention there whatsoever to do that with you. We can feel totally comfortable with how we use our sound, our voices.
Yes.
And that too will put you at ease, it'll help you to absorb, it'll help you to lift your energies, it'll help you to help all of us, to return to oneness with each other. So here we have some beautiful examples of communication that maybe, just maybe, you hadn't stopped to think about before. And we're delighted to have been able to share this with you.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you again for listening to this part of communication.
Namaste.
Namaste.